Hello everybody, I know it's early for my midweek farm update, but I thought I'd get it out tonight, Tuesday, rather than wait till Wednesday or Thursday, because we've got the Lincolnshire show the next couple of days. That's always very busy, and I'll be on their nephew stand on and off both days. Got various other commitments to do around the Showground, so I might struggle to get it out. Just while we're talking about the show, just please let me know in the comments what you want me to do. I won't post too much about the show because I am conscious that there's so many shows starting now, and I just think you get bored with all going round shows. They can be get a bit samey, same as. But just let me know if you want me to just post a few little snippets, or none at all, or a full update about the show. Because at the minute, I think I'm just going to post odd little bits on Sunday, and then half of Sunday's update will be from the show, and the other half will be sort of back to normal sort of farm things. So just let me know in the comments about that. Just on a bit of an update on the balloon, on the Blimp that escaped. I've had actually Sandy from Farm Stock, who does the Farm Stock videos and helps with the cereals event promotion work. He sent me some great footage and a nice video of the balloon when it was still anchored to the tractor before we launched it up properly on Wednesday morning. So he must have taken this shot probably 7 or 6 on Wednesday morning, because I got there, no, it'd be about 6:30 because I got there at 7 o'clock. So yeah, this is what it looked like when it was above the tractor, and you can just see how fantastic it looked. And then when we launched it up, it went too high. In hindsight, you could see it really where it was there. We should have just left it quite low, level with the top of the marquee, and you'd have seen it. Anyway, if anybody does spot it, or if you see it on social media, please let me know. I have done a dedicated little video about it and put it on TikTok. I've put it on YouTube Shorts. And it's on Twitter as well. So if anybody can share that on any other platform you're on, please do. It'd be appreciated if you could get that out far and wide and see where the Blimp ends up. I am so this update, we're looking a little bit. I've got about blackgrass and wild oats. I've got the team back pulling wild oats this time, so a little bit about that. 1 or 2 snippets around the farm, and also loading wheat. And I'm up at the cereal site at the minute. I said I wouldn't post any more from it, but I just thought just show you a quick snippet of what we're doing up here. Barry's filled the soil pit in, got that done, and we have got marquee erectors here, just taking down the last of the marquees, and the generator guys are collecting the generators as well. So a few things going on, but it's very, very empty showground now, as you'll see. Quite sad really when you drive around and just see how empty it is. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the end. It's Monday morning, 7 o'clock, and I've got some blackgrass pullers have arrived just to do a few fields again, but this is for oats and not blackgrass. The last lot just didn't quite get time to finish them before they had to go to some other farms, so they're following me behind in the car. You can see there. Got Nala behind, having a ride in the back in the sun. It's going to be a fairly warm week this week. Lincolnshire show on Wednesday and Thursday, and so setting up for that, helping Rhonda with that, and so another full-on week. But the wheats are looking really good when you look out the window. A few weeds have come back. We've got one field that they're going to have to pull again. Maris and the team did it about 3 weeks ago, but there's some more wild oats come up, so we're going to have to do that one again. But generally all the fields that Maris and the team did, they did a cracking job, got all the blackgrass, so we're really in a good form with blackgrass. This is one of the fields that Maris didn't get done. You might be able to see the light coloured bit shining up there in the middle of the screen there, oats. And this is the last field we planted last autumn on November the 15th. Just see here some oats showing up. Another patch through there in the middle. You see a lot of oats there shining up from this side. This is the grass margin this side, so it's no crop here. We've got these around every field, around the whole farm. Tuesday morning, and the Rogers are back. There's 5 of them. They had a good day yesterday, got a big patch of black oats done. They're now pulling wild oats, and I'm not going up to them with the dogs because one of them, one of the ladies in the group not sure where she is there, on the right, with a red headscarf on. She's really, really afraid of dogs. She got bitten by one a few years ago, and even tiny dogs she's afraid of. So I'm keeping them out the way of them. It's not fair. So anyway, they've got this field left to do. It's 36 acres. There's a few dotted around. I can just see a patch from here. You can just see him waving about there in the middle of the screen. And then we've got one other field to do again, and that's it. Well, I say that's it. We've got 4 fields of spring barley that we will do at some point. And I noticed yesterday when I had a look at them, excuse me, when I had a look at them, that there are some wild oats in. Not many. I couldn't see any blackgrass, but there are a few wild oats. But they need, just whether they're quite ready or not, I'll have to just have a look and see. But we need those doing as well at some point. I'm just going to nip back to the yard now and get the Manitou. We need to move their welfare trailer that's just round the corner here. Move the bucket as well. They put the weeds in, put the oats in. That's the field they're in now, just going past. Also we've got a lorry coming for some wheat now, and also we've got some more oilseed rape going. Now that oilseed rape is not our own, it's what we store for ADM, for a merchant. We've been doing it a few years, but at the minute, ADM don't want it now this coming year, because there is less oilseed rape grown all over the country, and that is grown, it doesn't yield too well now, and so there isn't the demand for storage. So we're trying to get something sorted to either use the building for other storage, or maybe another company or something like that. So we'll see. So if anybody's got any storage requirements, please let me know. So this load of wheat is off to a place called Cedar Mill in Yorkshire, where they make alcohol. But Nala, come here. But the lorry yesterday had to have a mycotoxin test and had to wait an hour for it. Now, I'm not quite sure what's going on here, because this is feed wheat and it shouldn't need a mycotoxin test. So I'm not quite sure whether the mill are trying to use it for something other than feed wheat, because feed wheat does not need mycotoxin test. So that's the way on board the lorry. It's not dead accurate, but it's not far off. How much you want on? 29,400, so about another 2 bucketfuls, 2.5 bucketfuls, something like that.
Well, give me about 44 ton.
44, yeah.
Right.
You can see I've got an excavator behind, a long reach excavator. It's not Barry, it's our local drainage board, the Upper Witham drainage board. They're doing a beck out and just repairing some banks. Actually, while I mentioned the drainage board, I've just got on that as a board member. So the Upper Witham drainage board, they have about 3 or 4 meetings a year, and it's really handy because they meet sort of my side of Lincoln, only about 15 minutes away at their main at their headquarters on the south end of the south side of Lincoln. So that's great. So I'm now a board member of the Upper Witham Drainage Board, and I think that's great because as a lot of you know, I do try and sort of champion farming and try and promote good drainage, but also highlight bad drainage, such as the Environment Agency are experts at. And so I have got time for this role. That's one of my main concerns, because my NFU role, which is Lincolnshire Council member, so I'm Lincolnshire's representative on the National Council, that finishes in end of this year, so I will no longer have an active role in the NFU, and so I have time for this job. It's only about 4 meetings a year, so it's fine, but it's good. I just feel that I can give a lot to it, and with all the water problems we've got in Lincolnshire, with my godson Henry being continually flooded and other farmers in the area, I think it's a really important position to have. Anyway, what they're doing here, they're repairing some banks, and I'll talk to the operator Darren in a second. He's just filling up with fuel. I'll talk to operator Darren and just get him to show or tell us what you're doing. You can see there, done a fantastic job of the banks there over my left shoulder, and then as you come around you can see a bit more rougher here. That's because it's been sort of repairing the banks and putting stakes in the banks and big boards in the banks to hold the banks back. So we'll talk to him in a few minutes when he's filled up and find out what he's doing. Actually, what I'll do, I won't chat to him today because I've got to get off to Lincoln. He's got some maintenance to do here. I'll chat to him tomorrow, and it'll be in Sunday's update, and then I'll have a good chat with him, find out what he's doing here on this river. It's a River Brant that goes sort of from Grantham through to Lincoln, and it joins the Witham as you get just on the south side of Lincoln. So this is the smaller field where the exhibitors were. This is the Exceed robotic tractor plot, so you know where we are. Lots of small stands that were up here. Marquee boys just taking down the last of the marquees. Other marquees mostly down. A few marquees here waiting to be collected. This is the main walkway through the middle of the site. Just through there. A little bit of rubbish dotted about, but we've got the litter pickers coming soon. That's one of the bases of underneath the marquee. Just shows how quickly the grass goes yellow. Some of these marquees, the longest they've been down is probably 2 weeks. Another one here. See these team of guys here getting all this down. Another day, couple of days, there'll be nobody here, it'll all be gone. And just looking at these wildflower strips, do you know, they are just starting to go off when you look, and this is only a week later, so they were planted absolutely optimum time. If you look, they're just starting to go brown in the stems, starting to lose the main flowers, and just not looking quite as vibrant as they were. Very nice of somebody to leave us some gravel. They obviously thought we hadn't got enough stone here. So I've got one of our fields of spring barley behind us. Actually, this is the field that some of you parked in, or the rest of the field that you parked in, because the seals event is just behind here. But I must say, despite it being very dry, the barley is looking remarkably well. I'll just turn the camera around, you can just see looking what it looks like. The headland here is a little bit greener than the rest of the field. I'm not quite sure why. And very short though, when you look, it's sort of, if you can see my knobbly knees, it's only just sort of the barley horns are only just above my knee. It'd normally be a lot taller than that. And then you get up here, a bit thicker up here, not any longer though, so there's going to be a shortage of straw this year, I should say, all over the country, but that does look well. And you can see the cereal site there. Not a lot left on it. I've just brought the mower that we hired for cutting all the plots, individual plots at the cereals event. You can see there that Grillo mower, brilliant mower that's cut all the plots, and because it's got a high tip collector, it's managed to have tipped it in the trailer, so it's been an absolute godsend for keeping on top of all the plots that the exhibitors haven't mowed themselves. So we've probably cut at least half of them ourselves, and then the exhibitors have cut the rest. So I'm here at Farrell's near Newark. This is where we've got this mower through. We had to pick it up from Reading. It came from one of their depots down south. We picked it up about 2 weeks ago, and it's now off hire, and we've washed it and filled it up with diesel, white diesel. We had to fill it up with, of course, that job's just another scam, isn't it? Just using white diesel on things that aren't on the road. But anyway, that's another issue. So that's it for this update. Thanks ever so much for watching. Please remember, just come back to me in the comments regarding the Lincolnshire show, what you want me to post from there. At the minute, I'm just going to post the odd few snippets on Sunday. Otherwise, I'm not going to do a full update because I just think some of the show stuff gets a bit same as. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you Sunday morning, 8 AM. So one more thing, I'm just at home editing the video before I go to Lincoln tonight to a barbecue at the Showground, and I've just been alerted on social media to further cuts the government are imposing on us. Now, the D-Link payments that we're all being forced to have as a result of the BPS cuts. That's the basic payment scheme cuts. The government cut them this last year by a huge amount, and I can't remember what that was. They've just cut it by a further 300 million, so that instead of all farms getting £7,300 or something like that for this next year, we've all been trimmed down to £600 only. And so much for the government saying they're going to support British agriculture. They want farmers. They don't understand the word support. And also I've seen on social media that they are saying that sustainable farming and regenerative agriculture are all fantastic and part of food production and water quality and climate control and all that sort of thing. And then they go and put a picture of a tractor and a plough up, which they clearly don't understand what sustainable farming and what a plough can do to the environment and in a sustainable farming situation. Anyway, and also at Cyril's event, I understand some of the DEFRA officials didn't understand what winter wheat was. They thought it was wheat that was combined in the winter. And of course, they thought spring wheat was similar. And that's the type of people we're dealing with. And clearly, looking at the photo that's been put up there on social media, they don't understand anything at all about agriculture. Anyway, that is it for me. I'm going now, and I'll see you Sunday morning, 8 a.m.